Hey everybody, just a quick video to talk about the accessories in my bike. So to start with, I have this Triumph OEM visor. So this costed me around 2000 or something. So it doesn't provide much of a wind protection. It is purely aesthetic. So before I fixed it, I was not sure about should I go for it or not. But going through the videos, I I thought it would look nice. But to be frank, I didn't like it much. At some angle it would look good like this, you know. This is personal choice, so I wouldn't recommend that visor. The bike looks much better without that. Just the speedo and the handlebar itself alone looks good. So that is the first mod. So the second accessory which I went for is the OEM bar and mirrors. So the stock one would cost you around 800 or 900, I believe. That is the cost they mentioned. This would cost you around 6 to 7,000 rupees for the pair. So the difference would be the stock one will have a aluminium brushed aluminium finish up here, wherein this has a different finish to it. So I just picked this up because it gives a different or unique look to my bike. So that is the only reason I got this. But if you ask me if there is any difference in the size, or the visibility is improved or anything, no, it is same as the stock. The size is similar to the stock one. The mirrors are same to the stock one. So there is no difference in it. Just that this finish, I think this one would look different in the stock and this finish. So purely aesthetic. So only if you like it that much, then go for it. I really love this one. So I just went for that. Then I changed this grab rails. So if you see, the stock one will be like a smaller one. From the back side, when you look at it, almost look like a commuter, or very ordinary look. It didn't give any distinct look to it. So I thought I'll go for this one. So this is basically the stock version of the Scrambler 400. So I believe this is around 900 or 800 something only. So I got it replaced. This is a mixed feeling. So if you ask, does it look good? Yes, it looks good in some angle like this. It looks good in this way. Or if you look at it from the top, it looks good with the subtle finish of the mudguard. But in some angles, no, it doesn't look good. Specifically like this, if you see, it doesn't look that good. So it looks like unfinished business here. In Scrambler, it does look good. Here the problem is the rear end doesn't go in the top. The Scrambler has a little more taller stance to the rear end. So there, this looks much better. Here it is okay. But in some angle it looks good. So I just went for it. So it looks good in many ways. Also in practical wise, if you see, helps a lot while loading a luggage or moving your motorcycle. The ergonomics to hold the grab bar is better than this. And you can also mount your tail back easily here. You have more space to, you can put the bungee cord here and here, so the bag fix in properly there. So these are the two mods from the Triumph. One more accessory which I'm planning to do is this engine guard, where it goes up here. So I had a different thought to it. Like, I thought I don't want to add weight to it. I mostly use it only on the road use, so I don't go for off-road or anything. So practically it doesn't add up much for me. Just that aesthetically I liked it. I saw in few motorcycles they have mounted it. It looks good. So I thought it gives a little more bigger bottom end view. And coming to this, so this is BAJA Squadron Sport. I initially thought of going for some Mad Dog, something like that, but I was not satisfied with the light outputs. So primarily I use this only for touring. Only when touring I use those. Otherwise I'll put a cap on it. I have this Baja caps. So about the cost, this light and the caps and the mount costed me around 34,000 for the setup. So the light alone is around 27 or 28 if I am not wrong, the Squadron Sport. And then you have the caps that you have to buy it separately. So in the box you will get the pair of lights, the wiring kit and the switch. That is it. You won't get the caps or the mount. So Baja mount is around 3 to 4,000, I believe. So I thought I might not need it. So I went for Mad Dog mount. This costed me around 1,100 or something. This mount is good. Just that I initially planned to mount it upside and the lights will go like this. The problem is the light would touch the fuel tank, so I couldn't mount it like that. So I had to go for upside down setup, wherein this mount doesn't look good. So later probably I will change it to the Baja mount. So it is basically simple. I'll put a picture over here. It is a simple circle with a simple mount, so it looks much better aesthetically. So later we can add it. In general, if you see, everybody mounts the aux light in this, but I didn't like the looks of that setup, so I didn't want to mount it on the suspension. And about this light, this has a good red and spot because it is a hybrid setup. You have the spot and flood on the highways, it looks much better. I will put a screenshot of that as well here. If you ask me, is the straightforward setup? No, it was much complicated because Triumph doesn't provide aux power output. So the relay has to be connected to a power source where only when the engine is on or the battery is on, this gets the power supply. So initially we tried connecting the relay to the rear tail lights, but there was so much complications wherein when you turn on the speedo go or resetting the lights, it goes off and on in between while riding. When you accelerate a lot, the bike turns off automatically and then I have to turn it on. So now what I have done is I've connected this relay to the OBD connector where it has a 12 watt power supply, so through that it works. So the light works perfectly, but still now when I go higher on the RPM, the bike speedo gets restart. It does it randomly. I don't know what triggers that situation. I'm still trying to figure it out to fix it. I'm not sure why that is happening. So that is update on the fog lights. Also about the cap. So the cap comes in separately. So the black caps, just to cover the lights, those single unit would cost you 1,200 or so, and so pair will cost you around 2,400. I also bought the yellow caps so that in foggy situation we can use that. So that also added more cost to it. But if you ask me frankly, does it worth all this money for this fog light? Yes. The throw is good. The application where I use it on the highway is really good. I have a good visibility, very good visibility on the highway. Also, I'm very conscious on not blinding the oncoming traffic. So what I do is like if I see any vehicles coming opposite to me, I turn it off often whenever I see other vehicles coming or I'm following other vehicles in front. I don't want to blind them through the mirrors. So I switch it off and on often and then I use it responsibly. So I don't use it in the city. It is too bright. The oncoming traffic would have difficulty viewing it. So, and I also feel this setup is very neat. It is, very subtle. It doesn't come outside a lot. It sits inside properly. So this is the view. It doesn't go out a lot. It sits properly inside. So I was very specific about mounting this only in the crash bar. I don't want it on the suspension because whenever we make a turn, the light's also going to turn and then it's going to blind more people. So primarily I got this light because when I was riding in the dark on the guard roads, whenever I make a U-turn or taking a curve on the guard road, I was not having any visibility on the corners. So with this light, I have a good visibility even when the bike is turning, and this has a static setup, means the light doesn't move, but still the spread is good. So I have a good visibility on the curves as well. So the blind spots are all properly lit up. So I love this setup, it is really good. So in future what I am trying to add more, the engine guard from the Triumph. I probably also will check the adjustable levers from the T4. So that version has adjustable levers. So I will check whether it is good, really good and usable. Then I will get that for this as well. I probably might remove this, not sure. I definitely want to change the seat. This is comfortable and all, yeah. Aesthetically, I like the accessory seat which has a grey and a quilt stitch on it, which I like. So I probably go for that. And double barrel exhaust from Triumph, just for the aesthetic purpose. It looks good. I also like this, but still I like that accessory of double barrel exhaust. So I may put it in the future. Yeah, that's all. If you have any questions, you can put it in the comment. I will try to answer you guys. Hope this video was useful for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, give a like and subscribe. Thank you. See you on the next one. Bye. Also, I try to be very also I try to be very also I try to be consider I also I'm and on whenever I turn this assholes horn അടിച്ചോണ്ടിരിക്കും. What was I saying? I forgot what I was talking.